everyone. How are you doing tonight? Whew, we've been busy today. Yeah, why I always forget that y'all have the same birthday as Jesus. How's everybody doing tonight? We've been busy, as a lot of you know. We're gonna go down and pick um, my daughter Kendra up from college, and she's going to come spend winter break with us. And we're really, really excited about it. I don't think that's how that works, hon. Coming from a person that turns 50 this year, I mean, or next year in March. So, how's everybody's weather going? What's going on in everyone's life right now? We're just um, we're just getting ready to take our trip. We're planning, myself, my husband, my son Jacob are planning to go down to get Kendra from Huntsville. I'm gonna spend the night, go to church the next morning at my old church where I used to be on staff. I'm excited to get to see everybody, but it's just been a busy season for us. I am I've been desperately trying to. Oh no. I had to. I've been making Christmas gifts and trying to get stuff done up. And in my head, I think because we're going to go get Kendra this weekend, that, Christmas is this weekend and it's not. I still have a little bit of time, but I've been frantically crocheting and trying to get stuff done up and some gift ideas that I'll probably just have to show you after Christmas because some of the people that these gifts will be going to may be with watching. So, um, what else has been going on, honey? I mean, oh, okay. So, funny story time. I went out this morning. Yeah, I understand how that is. Um, I went out this morning to take care of the chickens, and we were kind of in a hurry because we were fixing to go to town and do some grocery shopping. And my rooster decided for the first time to flog me. Now, he's bit me before, but this was a whole on grabbing hold of the back of my leg. Thankfully, I had jeans on. Needless to say, my response was not very good, nice. Now, I'm hoping nobody else heard me. We'll just leave it at that. But my rooster almost became chicken nuggets this morning. If I had had more time, but I football punched him across the pen because it's like, you're not going to act like that, you stupid rooster. Because I'm the only thing that's keeping you alive. Everybody else would have done killed you. So everybody between my husband and my son Jacob have. Yeah, I have two roosters, but only one's kind of acting like a rooster. Though I think Barbara tried to crow this morning, but it was that very juvenile sounding crow. If I didn't know that she was the same age as the rest of my chickens, at least I think it was Barbara because it was kind of that scratchy. You know what I'm saying? That scratchy kind of thing that young chicken roosters do. I need some more hens. I think that would help my life a lot. At least make. I think that would help. Rex's aggressiveness a little bit if he had some more ladies to take care of. Um, Earlier in the week, I was really kind of scared that. Oh yeah, I totally. Hey, Mike, how you guys doing? Um, if I had like a kill cone right now and we could catch him, because he's a big bird. He's a blue ocelot, so he's huge. I'd totally scoop him up and he'd be going in the freezer can. I'm over him, and I mean, I just don't have time for a mean rooster, and he's getting meaner. It seems like by the day. Oh, that sounds good. I'm having coffee. That's my drink of choice, at least right now. So like I said, we're planning to leave out of here this weekend to go get Kendra. I may try to go live um, at some point. We have something else Saturday that's really special that's happening, but I'm not going to tell you right now because I may do a video. We'll just see how things work out. Yeah, Keith said he'd shoot him, but I don't want to traumatize my ladies by watching Rex get shot. Now, if we could get him out of there and take him away from the coop and shooting, I'd be okay with that. I really would. He has crossed the line with me for the last time. Oh, that sounds good. I don't know what it is, Mike, but that sounds good. I could do that. They're all it's an open air coop is what I have. So he could still do laps in it. They have I took one of those crates, those plastic crates, and cut a hole in it to make a nesting box, and they all go in there and sleep in it. I need to put a few more of them in there. It's an old chicken stew. Chicken stew would work. Chicken soup would work great right now. I can him up. I don't think when I decide to cull chickens, I don't think I'll have any problem taking him out of the flock. But my one of my hens, Georgia, I went out there the other morning and she was kind of taking a dirt bath, but she didn't look. Oh, cool. Um, I was afraid she was sick. I mean, she looks like she's lost a little bit of weight, and she just was kind of laying there, and I thought, oh my god, I'm fixing to lose a chicken. I was really kind of freaking out because she's probably my best egg layer. So I went in there and I kind of hand fed her, and she ate and she drank and she moved around and fluffed back up. She still is looking like she's losing some weight, but I think she's molting. And that's what's causing the problem because she moves around fine. She's eating and drinking. Um, by that afternoon, when I went back out to check on her, she was fine. She looked great. And other than she looks a little skinny, but I think it's because she's lost half of um, her feathers. Yeah, isn't it funny how you get out of a profession like that and now you enjoy it? You actually enjoy cooking. Oh, my ex-husband used to work for a pizza place and bring home all the leftover. They had a buffet, and he'd bring home all the leftover pizza. And I was so sick of pizza for a long time. Now, I like pizza probably more than I should, but so I have been trying to figure out, what I'm going to do for gifts and that kind of stuff. Oh, that's nice. I'm getting, it depends. Some days I get two eggs, some days I get one egg, and then some days I don't get any. Hey, Free, good to see you. So, it just depends if they decide to lay or not. Though I think right now I only have one laying because if Georgia is going through a molt, then I don't think they really lay that well when they're molting. So, but the goal is come, maybe March or so of next year, I'm going to, maybe earlier, we'll see, get, I'm, what I want to do, if I could speak English, is order some chicks. And that way I know I'm getting females. And I realize there's always that chance. But if you buy from a hatchery, you're more likely to actually get what you ask for. So now I just, yeah. And you know what? Hey, how the garden? How are you doing this evening, hun? I agree with that, Mike. I am very much about keeping it simple. Um, homemade gifts and homemade baked goods, candies are just what I like to do. So I'm probably next week after I get Kendra back, she and I are going to get really busy making candy. I've got the stuff to do fudge. Yeah, I know about that tired girl. Me too. Um, I'm going to make fudge. I'm going to make the Butterfinger balls and probably like the peanut butter balls, Buckeyes. We never called them Buckeyes, but because we completely roll it in chocolate. And I'm so excited. I'm probably going to make a video on it. I hope. I realize my videos have been kind of crazy. Get through this kind of period. That's why I'm going live a lot because at least y'all are seeing my face. But I am going to get back to making videos, I promise. Um, I got a kit for making chocolate bombs. So I'm sure he will be, sweetheart. I can utilize both of you. How's that? I think he may be watching as they're going down the road. So, probably make some run balls, which I have a different audience down here than, so to speak, than I did in Conroe. My work staff went crazy over the run balls. Yes, I took run balls to a staff meeting. I worked for a church. It was great. We had a great time. um, just try to make some stuff up like that, different, and make little gift bags of different stuff. I'm all about practical. If I can do practical gifts, things that people will use, is very important to me because to me, at the end of the day, that's That's what matters. If you buy somebody, and I'm just throwing generic stuff out here, if you buy somebody a sweater and it hangs in their closet and they never wear it, then what good is it? You know, I would rather make something that people are going to enjoy, like candy and crocheted items and just stuff like that. But it's kind of my philosophy. Now, I know little kids are different. We don't have any little kids. Well, my nephews, but my nephews, those boys have everything that they could possibly ever want, ever need, you know. So my thing with them is when they come down, I make them peanut butter, or not peanut butter, chocolate chip cookies. So even them, I feed sugar to because I think it's fun to jack them up on sugar and send them back home to dad, mom and dad. So I'm the cool aunt. Okay, I'm the only aunt, but I'm the cool aunt. And I'm going to give my nephews as much sugar as I possibly can. Hey, that's what aunts are for, right? Spoil the crap out of your nephews. But so Keith and I have just been cleaning, just trying to get stuff done up. Um, Jacob was over the other day and he helped me get some tin under my the door of my chicken coop because that was the main vulnerable spot I had. But then he helped me drag out all my Christmas stuff out of the cellar. It's sitting in boxes right now. I haven't even had time to look at it, but at least it's out of the cellar. Um, just trying to get stuff like that. It's one of those things that I don't know about you guys, but I get overwhelmed. There's all this stuff that I need to do, and I get overwhelmed at it, and then I end up sitting down and playing a game on my phone or something because I know I need to be working on stuff, but yeah, yeah, the ADD in me, I guess. So, what are some of the favorite things you like to make during the holidays? I would love to know. A noodle board. What is a noodle board? Tell more, Mike. Oh, he loves the clay. You know, I do too, but I have to just get in that mood for it. I mean, I like a clean house. It's just actually getting it done. Oh, nice. See, I need something like y'all. I didn't put the stove in this house, but I would not. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm going to get back to making regular videos again. I promise. Um, it's one of those glass top stoves, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it because you're not technically not supposed to use your iron skillets on it. You're not supposed to can on it. You're not supposed to do all this stuff. And yeah, I've got an induction burner and I will use it, but it just kind of stinks. I don't like it. I would rather either have a gas stove or, as Lippy called them, the whirly birds, the old fashioned electric. Because the glass tops, they don't stay consistent heat. They heat up, then they cool off, and heat up and cool off. Who in their right mind thought that was a good idea? I mean, even when you're just cooking, who thought that was a good idea? You want a consistent heat, right? So if I had my dream kitchen, I would have a gas stove, because that's my favorite thing to cook on is gas. What about y'all? That's awesome. I my kitchen's not necessarily small. I've just got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of gadgets that I don't want to have to drag out and put. You know what I mean? So they kind of stay on the cabinet where they're easy to get to, but it takes up my cabinet space. Now, granted, for you guys that have been a around for a while, y'all know that in the apartment I had zero cabinet space, zero, and I had a shelving unit. Oh wow. It's kind of like that in Southeast Texas, though they're having a cooler winter or, early winter there like we are. Well, I say that guys, it was 80 degrees yesterday. I mean, come on. Why? Why do we got to have an 80 plus degree day in December? I almost had to turn the stupid air conditioner on. I just fought it. I fought it all night. But we did open our bedroom window um, last night. That's the cool thing about living in the country, especially if you got screens on your windows. You can, yeah, the front hadn't got to you yet, Kendra. um, you can open your windows up at night, and it's comfortable and stuff. I wasn't ever comfortable doing that when we still lived in the city. And so I needed somebody to yank out the screen, especially because we were on the ground floor of the apartment. If we'd been on the second or third floor, I'd have probably opened the windows up. Yeah, I know, honey. You're not complaining. He loves the warmer weather. He hates it when it gets cold. Kendra's gonna, when she gets up here, she's gonna get a little bit of warm, and then we've got some big fronts coming in, and it's gonna get a little chilly. It was foggy this morning here too, and today was like, I want to say like 54 maybe was the high, but it felt good outside. I mean, I went out and scraped up leaves. I mean, we have 8 pecan trees around our place. And so I made some piles of leaves and then threw that into the run. And you would have thought I gave the chickens the best treat in the world. They were going to town, scraping those, just scratching on those leaves. That just made their day. Plus, it's good for the soil in there, making me compost. So their other coop, I'm gonna dig out here shortly and get it on my beds and let it finish kind of composting over winter. I think it'll be ready by spring. Who's ready for garden season besides me? I am so my garden was so bad last year, but I've moved where I've got everything, so I'm really kind of excited about to see if I can get anything growing. I'm really, really, I mean, of course, I'm always going to grow as many tomatoes as I can. Oh, good night, Free. Thank you for stopping in. Um, I really want to work on some medicinal herbs and see if I can get some of those growing. Yeah, I think anybody in Texas last year, it was just a bad growing year because it was just too hot too quick. I mean, we were up in the hundreds in May. It was just stupid, ridiculous. And where I had my garden last year was out here, so it was catching that full evening sun. And I've moved it over here to the east side of the house, so it'll get the morning sun, but it's not going to get that evening sun. But the things I'm wanting to do, I'm wanting to put a lot of grow bags around my coop. Just that'll give another extra layer of protection anyway. But then I've got the chicken wire that some of that, especially the stuff that I don't mind the chickens getting a hold of, grow it up the trellis and stuff. So I'm really kind of excited for next year and what I can do. And I don't know. I'm hopeful and excited, and I think a lot of us, good grief, I bet they are. Um, I think a lot of us are just hoping for a better year this year. I don't think there was one person in Texas that successfully grew a really good garden this year. I mean, they may have gotten a fall garden, but the summer garden, it was just too hot too fast and not enough rain. I mean, we weren't, I don't know about the rest of you guys up here, we were not getting adequate rain at all. I'm hoping to get me some rain barrels going. Um, goals. So I got some. So like I said, I went to the store today. I got some stuff to make for Kendra when she gets here. Some things she's requested. So we picked that up. I didn't do a lot of grocery shopping today because I wanted to wait till she got home and then kind of figure out what sounds good to her, and then we'll go back and get stuff. Oh, that's awesome, Rochelle. That's awesome. Which I just grow in grow bags. You know, I would like to see if I can grow some watermelon. Our soil is extremely sandy here, which, by the way, is perfect for my chickens. Um, having that sand in there. But I would like to try to get some watermelons going. My dad had some watermelons growing in his compost. And I mean, he got some big watermelons. I was really impressed. Okay, the herbs that I'd like to grow, I want to do cooking and medicinal herbs. Um, there was several, like I want to do some calendula. I want to do comfrey, the mullein. I'd love to do some mullein. And I've got marshmallow seeds to grow marshmallow. Of course, now I'm going to go, but just stuff that I could make tinctures out of. I want to test the waters in making some soap. So if I could have some of my own dried herbs that I could put in it, plus the culinary, I want to do basil, regular basil, oregano, holy basil, all that kind of stuff. Just see what I can grow and what I can get out there because I have a lot of different herb seeds. I've got some white sage that I would love to see if I can get it to grow. And it should out here because there's a lot of wild sage that grows around here. So, um, oh, wild lettuce is another one that I'm wanting to try to grow this year. I, I hear Teresa at Stringfield Ridge talk about the wild lettuce and how good it is for arthritis. Yeah, watermelons love sandy soil. Absolutely. My granddad used to grow watermelon and cantaloupes. Yeah, lemongrass is another good one. Lemon balm is another one. Yeah, I have bought seeds everywhere. I mean, I bought them from the dollar store. I bought Baker Creek in my gardener, all the places, right? And I have successfully grown food using vegetables that I got at the grocery store. I grew a habanero and a jalapeno plant when we were still in Conroe from seeds that I harvested out of plants that I got or the fruit that I got out of the grocery store. So, or the peppers. I am, I am all about just sourcing where you can. I've grown bell peppers as well from seeds that I've harvested. I've got some, what are those things called? Hill Country red okra. Now I got the seeds from Baker Creek, but I've replanted. I saved seeds for a couple of years off of them because these things overproduce and they're huge. The plants are huge. So I saved a bunch of those seeds, and I think that's one of my favorite okras. Is the Hey Lippy, how you feeling, sweetheart? So I think my main goals is really to focus on the herbs and then grow stuff that I can grow on the trellis, i.e. the chicken coop. And I just was so disappointed last year, and I've got so much hope this year. I've got the compost. I've got stuff that I'm really doing to build my soil up, and I'm just ready. I am ready to get things going. I mean, I think everybody kind of feels that way, especially if you had a crappy garden last year. You want to get something in the dirt and get it going. Oh, that's okay, Lippy. Oh, it's good to see you, hon. So we're just trying to see what we can get growing next year. Definitely tomato production. Yeah, we've got to do trash tomorrow. We've got to haul our trash, which it's not far. It's just down the road, but it's still kind of a pain in the butt. I'm seriously considering getting our own trash service here. My mom and dad go in with a sweet lady that they're friends with, and they said we could use it too. But I feel guilty about using their trash. We don't pay them. I mean, mom and dad take care of it, but still, it's not that expensive to get just a regular trash service sent out. So we've been talking about that for a while. I'm interested to get into my Christmas stuff because I don't know what made it here from Conroe. There was so much stuff, guys, that we realized later on that we left. Um, I left all my pizza stones, not on purpose. They just got left under the cabinet. So I'm hoping they didn't throw them away. I'm hoping the maintenance guys, because they were good seasoned pizza stones. I'm hoping the maintenance guys or something took them home with them because that really makes me sad that I left my pizza stones. I'd had those things. They were the Pampered Chef pizza stones that I'd had for 100 years. That is so awesome. Um, everything is growing. Even this little town I grew up in, okay, it's not huge. It's not like Conroe. Conroe went from when we moved there 16 years ago, Conroe had about 30,000 people. It's got well over 100,000 now. I mean, it's crazy. Houston's taking it over, is what's happening. And, but even my little town, you know, all my life it had 500 people. Never changed. People died, babies were born. It stayed right at 500. And now it's got 585 people in it, or from the last census. I bet it does, Lippy. We so yes, we are gonna go get Kendra this weekend. I'm so excited. I have missed my daughter. It it's been a year since I've got to hug her and just do things with her. So I'm really looking forward to hanging out with her and just doing fun stuff. We're gonna do the hot chocolate bombs. I was really excited about getting that kit. Because it had the silicone molds in it. It's little bombs. It's not like the big giant bombs. Oh, Austin is one of the another one that is just ridiculously growing over. But so is Weatherford, which Weatherford, when I was growing up, was always just kind of this little small town, and now it's got eat up by the DFW Metroplex, which is crazy how big that thing has grown. And that's the thing about Texas. The people that are coming into Texas tend to move to the cities. Now, you have a few people who want a homestead and that kind of stuff, which is great. But most people that move to Texas are moving into the Metroplex areas like San Antonio, Austin, Houston, DFW. And oh, that's cool, Lippy. Austin's a fun town to visit. I would not want to live there. Oh, well, okay, let's be honest. If it has a population over, 600, I don't want to live there. I like my small town. I just do. I didn't ever think I would want to move back here. But, I mean, Lippy knows how bad I've been wanting to do this for a few years now. Just the city was overwhelming me. You take a small town girl and put her into a major metropolitan area, and it's just not healthy. It's not healthy. Where's that at, Lippy? I guess I know where Mustang Island is. I, but there's a lot of places in Texas. People say, you know, throw a name out of in Texas, and they're like, "Do you know where such and such?" I have no idea. Texas is a big state. Okay, yeah. I mean, Lippy, how miserable I was. It was just not. It was really starting to weigh on my heart, and just my soul was just, I was just miserable. I mean, even though I was doing a YouTube channel and loving doing that, but that's the only enjoyment I had of living around there. But even filming videos, and there's some of my old videos, you can see it. I know some of it I may edited out, but the people above us was constantly dropping stuff on their floor, and there wasn't any soundproof between the top floor and the bottom floor, and it, I don't know what the heck they were dropping, but it sounded like a bomb going off. And every time they do that, you jump, you know and let's not talk about the little kids that ran up and down the kind of causeway or whatever it's called, and it echoed really loud, and I just, it was just killing me. It was just, I couldn't. And then having to fight people and their dogs wanting to mess on my garden because people have no respect. It was just, I was just really overwhelmed and so happy to get out of the sinking city. God forbid, I guess I can never say never, but I hope to never have to live into an apartment again. I just wouldn't. Yeah, Lufkin's a nice area too. Exactly. And people don't, the last little couple that lived there after, right before we left, they were the sweetest couple. They really were. He was a correctional officer, worked nights. So on his days off at 3 in the morning, he is vacuuming his floor and you could hear it. It would wake you up. Or they had a dog and you could hear the dog running across the floor. It was just something constant. And then they had a baby in her little walker thing. It was wood floors, so there's nothing to break the noise. And I would be about ready to pull my head out. I think anywhere in Texas you can find that is low cost land, you need to suck it up right now. Because it's just going to keep getting more. I mean, there are houses in this area that are selling, for $200,000 $300,000 with an acre of land. It's just ridiculous right now. I think some of that will probably cool off a little bit, but and people are buying it. The main problem Texas has right now is people from other states, namely California. No offense to our transplant here, but I'm talking about these big investors who come up and scoop up all this land and put housing developments on it and do the rent houses, and they're jacking up the rent from really affordable rent to way up here. I saw a house for rent in Conroe that I've seen it before come up for rent that was like $600 or $700 a month, right? They're asking over 2,000 for it now. And that's cool. If land is still, it's not here. In fact, there is a, I guess, a ranch, home. I don't know what you'd call it. Farm. They don't really grow anything but grass, and they have some cattle on it. But it's like, I want to say 80 acres with a house. That I don't think the house is like something spectacular. Locally, that's asking over 2 million for it. It's just right now around here, people are sucking it, and I'm not sure why. We are so dry in this area, and have been for a while. Um, we're kind of turning into Lubbock and Abilene, that kind of dry conditions. But things like Erath County, which is where Stephenville is at, that used to be affordable. I mean, it had a lot of farm and ranching, but rent wise, you could get a good rent house for not that much, even for it being a college town. And now it's just ridiculous because we have these outside investors coming in and buying all this land up and then wanting to resell it for just um, little mo. So it's just it's sad, but I think if you've got access to land and stuff, that's going to be one of the biggest investments in commodities that you could possibly have. And I know, my parents are they're retired and they're getting to the age that they don't want to the upkeep keep on the land and all that stuff. And I get all that, but I don't think my dad would be happy. Mom says if she moves, she's moving into an apartment. I don't think they would be happy. Um, they've lived in a little bitty town their entire lives, and Daddy wouldn't have anything to do to piddle. You know, an older man needs stuff to piddle. But you know, I think, and I mean, I understand where they're coming from on all of it, but I don't know. I think I'd be ready for a nursing home before I'd be ready to live in a nurse or an apartment again. Yep, you are so right about that, Mike. And it irritates the crap out of me. And the thing that kind of bothers me too, now, I'm like a fifth generation Texan. Okay, I have Texas in my blood. I'm 50% Scottish and the rest Texan or whatever. But the courtesy, when you come to Texas, you need to expect people to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. People to hold the doors open for you. People to be polite. And you get in those cities and they're not anymore. They have lost that Texas charm. I'm right there with you, girlfriend. Never do I want to live in an apartment again. And I think that's what makes me the saddest because our children are not being taught the same values we were growing up. And it just makes me sad because I think that's what makes Texas Texas. We have these values of you're going to treat people with kindness, you're going to work hard. If you want something, work for it. Work hard. And so many folks are losing that. And see all my crochet stuff down here. It makes me really sad because that's just the way I was brought up, you know. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, maybe we're related. I am 49.9% Scottish, which I always kind of knew that I was. I mean, come on. Could I be anything but Celtic? Um, but I have no traces of Irish. I mean, I'm like 1% Irish, and the rest is Scottish and English, and a little bit of Norrish, and maybe a trace of German. But for the most part, I'm English Scottish. But that goes back to my big surprise. Um, I did a live show when I was still in the apartment. Oh gosh, it was probably very early on, that where I took that ancestry DNA. So, because I'm adopted. I mean, mom and dad's mom and dad, but you still would love to. Oh, that's awesome. My bucket list dream. If I ever make it big on YouTube, I'm just saying, I want to go to Scotland. I have always, even before I knew I was of Scottish descent, I have always had this fascination with Scotland. I mean, elementary age. I just awesome. I'm not sure exactly what mine is. I just know the English part is Kilsby, but I don't know what the Scottish part was. A lot of it I'm still learning. You know, I want to do the 21 and Me. I've done the ancestry, and I want to do the 21 and Me. People were kind of funny about, you give people them your DNA and all this. That they already had my DNA. I had to do a DNA test with my daughter to for her sperm donor, but you know they have my fingerprints. I mean, they have all that because I worked in corrections, so they already had all that. But I'm learning so much about my birth family and where I come from. I still really haven't found a whole lot about my biological father, but there's some cousins, but they don't know who it could have been, that was my biological father. Is that what it is? I thought it was because I'm an Aries. It's not okay. It's not that I like to fight, but I don't put up with crap either. I don't like an injustice. If I see someone, especially if it's a friend or family, getting mistreated, um, yeah, I'm sure I am. You know, it's just it's my kids. I do back down sometimes, Kendra, but usually it's because I walk off and cool off. I'm passionate. Isn't that how you say it? I'm a passionate person. Oh, I had to take a live stream down one time. It was right after the big Texas winter storm. Carrie, you probably remember that. Uh, on that next live, I completely lost my crap. I was so angry about all that, about the power grid and stuff. And I just, then I felt bad for going on and on like I did. Keith, y'all have to see that Keith was on the other side of the camera going, and of course, anybody knows if you tell a woman to calm down, but Kendra, I made you who you are. So don't talk too much crap there, kiddo. So, update on the number count. Let's see. Last time I looked, I was sitting at, I might can look here real quick. Well, I can't see it. Oh, I am at 2,831. Man, I'd love to get there before the end of the year. Don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but I'd love to be able to hit 3,000 by the end of the year. We'll see. Um, Keith has literally, which you got to understand, my daughter, whether she wants to admit it or not, she's just like me. There have been times that he has sent Kendra to her room and me to my room so we cooled off because we were probably fixing to murder each other because we're just alike. You know, it was my poor husband. He don't have a chance. Um, Two fiery women in his life. With Kendra being away from school, he only has to deal with me. I'm not near as bad now, Kendra, as I was because I'm not stressed out like I was when I was at Conroe. So that helps. I don't get that wound up. There were times Kendra threatened to leave me in Walmart and walk away because I'd get wound up about something. Usually it's because of the COVID crap, or there was too many people, or you know everything that you can. Well, thank you, y'all too. If you're not subscribed to Central Texas Homestead, please go check them out. They're a great channel too. They're working towards that monetization level, and so please go check those out. They're a great couple. Go ahead and drop y'all's link in the chat if you don't mind. Oh man, I have a hate relationship with Walmart because there's always going to be that one idiot that wants to push me that day. It's better here. I will say that. It is so much better here than it was in Conroe. Conroe, there's just too many people. And it just, oh, hated it. Somebody, mods, knock him out, please. Why? See, I was doing so good. Thank you, honey. Just ban him from the channel. My mouth can tell you what a piece of crap you are for coming on a live stream acting like an idiot. That's what my mouth is good for. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're fixing to get off here anyway, guys. Look for a random live stream that may come up this weekend. And look forward to catching up with you guys again. We will go live next Tuesday. You know, all things will and the creek don't rise. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support to my channel. It means the world to me. I promise I will get back to making regular videos here soon. And we'll see you guys next time. If we don't go live this weekend, next time you see me, we will have a certain young lady here. Y'all can see her talk smack to me live. That would be funny. I know. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm going to end this now since it looks like we're going to have some trolls and we all got other things to do tonight. So God bless you. Love you guys. And we'll see y'all either this weekend or next Tuesday. I'll let you know. I'll try to announce it on social and let y'all know what's up. So love you guys. Y'all have a great night. Yeah, where's my deal? There it is.